evening and welcome to Metaphysical Today. I'm Aeson, and of course I'm with my lady of the Britons, the premier psychic, Hazel Firefly. How are you, darling?
I'm okay, but laughing that we've just started with a few seconds into the show and you nearly slip up.
Oh, I slipped up within a second into the show. I'm trying to drag you forward another day and plus 3 hours.
Oh, that's going to be the evening.
Uh-huh. Welcome to the evening of insanity and meat.
And I'm sat here sweating like a dog with the back door open, being eaten by gnats. So we're on to a good show.
We are. Yes, I love our intro to this show. I selected the music specifically for it being major. I like a nice, strong intro. Elaine, hello, Miss Brenda, and hello, Shannon. How are you all? So glad you join us.
Hi, Eileen, Brenda, and Shannon. Shannon is skiving because she's here early tonight.
I know. All right. Let's see. What was your week like?
Hectic. Do you want to laugh?
Sure.
I took Parker to the farm on the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So I took him round all the animals. He loved that. So we took him on a deer trail where we sit on the back of the tractor, feed the deer.
Uh-huh.
One only bit me on my bloody knee and bruised me.
Oh, goodness.
But it's been hectic with home. But that's fine. We have weeks like that.
Exactly. You know, and we're going to have more of them coming up. Of course, today is the full moon in Aquarius.
Yes, get ready for things breaking. Get ready for the rant switch come from nowhere. Get ready for the roller coaster of emotions.
Get ready for problems and situations.
Yes.
You know, and, you know, coming from a nursing background, we didn't need a calendar to tell us when the full moon was.
No.
We could tell.
Yeah. Brenda saying, shh, Aeson, we don't need no more craziness.
Oh, please. We got 3 more days of it. And plus we got Yeah.
Do you know what he done to me this week, ladies? I was just about to go and put my food on and somebody slings me a link. So I text his back and I said, when's this for? He said, now. That's not very professional, is it?
Well, honey, that meeting was announced 3 weeks ago.
But you know you're going to remind me of these meetings.
I know I do. I know. I've got to get used to reminding you of meetings. So, and then I go to schedule another meeting that she's in, and I look at it, and me and Joe had just talked about it being on about Tuesday. So I turn around and I schedule the meeting on Tuesday at the time requested. She pops up. Isn't this supposed to be on Wednesday? I reflect back. Look at the email. Oh, you're bloody right. Like the whole marketing team would have gotten mad at us when they had to show up a day early.
Oh, so tongue-tied Shannon have said, did Brenda tell you what he did to me last week? No, Shannon, come on, tell us all. What did he do to you?
Meaning Aeson, be nice to our Hazel ass out. I'll stay quiet, Shannon laugh out. You tell them. So we were at Pagan Pride.
Right.
Okay. Shannon holds a very big position in Metro Pagan Pride, which is another pride that we weren't at.
Yeah.
I host a pagan panel. She's also a pagan mama. The only mama I knew there in the group. Leonard, it's you too. Come on. I personally never tell anybody they're going to be on Pagan Panel till the day
No,
of.
no.
Because you never know when they're going to show up, not show up. If they're
Yeah,
going to show up, forget all that. I will plan it the day of, normally about 5 minutes before I start the panel, I start picking people.
yeah. And that's the better way because nobody can think about it then and nobody can get nervous.
Exactly. And nobody can be thinking, and like everyone's like, I didn't get the questions. I'm like, I never give you the questions because I don't want you thinking about it.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't want you figuring out the answer.
See.
Well, Miss Secretary, you already known I was talking to you.
You can run, but you can't hide, Shannon.
It gets scary, I'm telling you.
Oh, I don't know.
All right. So let's talk about this moon, shall we? And actually, what we should be doing, starting at the new moon. Now, the new moon means start new things. No, you don't run, and neither do I. Shannon says she don't run, and I'm like, yeah, neither do I. If you see me running, someone's died. Someone's dead.
If I was to run, it'd be black eyes and bruised knees.
Nah,
So I prefer not to.
nah. But so new moons is when we start new things, new plans, new ideas. This is your new inspiration. Then we move over to the first quarter moon.
And if you think about it, straight away, the new moon have brought us new things in.
Yes. Now, what I found funny is like the moon calendar, which is 28 days. However, we use a 30 to 31 day calendar.
Yeah.
So you can always tell what part of the year you're in because in the first part of the new calendar year, the new moon is already always in the first of the month.
Yeah.
The second part, it's always in the last of the month.
Yeah. But over here, the 28 days is more recognizable than the 31, if that makes sense.
It does. It does.
So for me, like the 28-day process is the normal one.
Right. Everything is always in 28 days and you take 2 days of rest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's my moon sheet? There we go.
There we are. Now I'll pull up my notes.
I've got it there.
Then we move into the waxing crescent. This is our time to go within, check the time for growth and learning, maybe take on some new opportunities. The new moon to first quarter symbolizes awakening the new possibilities. This is when you start putting those plans into actions.
Yeah.
So then you get to the first quarter, which is the time for movement. This is when you should start doing things, taking action.
And I think that's interesting for us because I don't think people realize we start feeling the energies of the moon for days before it actually starts showing. Because that's when the energy shift starts.
Right. And, that's why, like, the Wiccans have a rule of 3 days before, 3 days after.
Yes. Yeah.
For
me, today, I haven't touched anything electrical.
Good.
I've just knocked on my Mac and left it at that. I got a pile of dishes, a pile of washing. It's not getting done.
Take the break. All right. Then we move into the full moon. This is full action. The pinnacle cycle, the moon is at its full impulse. This is when significant issues and challenges in our life start resolving themselves. It's a great time to do some spiritual work, time for releasal, a chance to let go of what no longer serves you. Maybe your dirty dishes aren't serving you. It provides an opportunity to purify any negative emotions, habits, or embrace new growth. If you're working spell magic, this is a great time to do this. This is also when we feel the strength of the moon at this time.
Yes.
Everyone goes bonkers. Everyone's moody. Everyone, doesn't have everything together. Good evening, Sherry. How are you?
Evening, Sherry.
Okay.
This is also a good time to recharge your crystals.
It is, except for some.
What ones do I'm trying to think. I've got my little crystal tree out there charging now,
Mm-hmm.
and I just leave it out overnight.
Mm-hmm. Because amethyst and citrine, you don't charge by the full moon. You charge them by burying them.
I don't have citrine because I didn't like that one. It just didn't appeal to me at all.
Oh, I think it's a gorgeous piece.
Just didn't appeal to me.
Mm-hmm. A
But
lot of
then,
people go for it. Sorry.
and then that's where we're different because we get drawn to different things.
Mm-hmm. I love a good amethyst piece. I love a good citrine piece. I love a lovely black onyx piece. I don't like selenite, which, by the way, if you've got selenite, make sure that you keep it inside and just set it in the windowsill because if it gets moisture, you won't find it. Um, what crystals do I not like? I like hematite, but I can't wear hematite. I can't work. Opal, especially fire opal or mystic opal, love those.
I like the rose.
Quartz, yeah.
Yeah. I use a lot of the clear quartz for protection.
Okay.
So that'll be out there recharging tonight. I normally wear clear quartz crystal earrings as well.
Mm-hmm.
But being a full moon, I've lost one.
That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll just get a new pair.
exactly. It's time. And let's talk about that, even though that's off topic. Let's run for it. When your crystal breaks or dissolves or disappears, it's done.
Yes. Yes. I won't bother looking for it. There's no point. It's
Right,
done its job.
right. And with that, you just let it be. You let it
Yes.
relax. You let it move on. Don't be stressing yourself under it. It's like a deck of tarot. If it goes missing or it goes hiding for a while, it's just done. It
Yeah.
needs a break. It
Yeah.
may have just broken. But no, like a lot of people get all stressed out about their crystals, and it's like they are tools. If you break a hammer, will you have a tissy fit? Only if you're a construction worker and it's your favorite hammer because it just hits the nail just right. But crystals break, they dissolve, they
Yeah.
disappear, they go missing. The fairies collect them and take them to the crystal palace. However you want to put that.
Right. We mustn't forget to read the comments.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
See, I've got a thing. Where's my. I've got to put it out to charge tonight, actually. Oh, Jesus. Shows how unorganized my desk is. Is there in this one?
yeah. So Brenda loves amethyst.
That's one of my favourites.
Ooh, nice.
Sean bought that for me.
Mm-hmm. And then she says, white highlight meta disappeared for a year, then popped right back into sight. All right. What's this one? I don't know about this one. Read this comment.
I see intelligence and material. Material, like a curtain, is defined by intelligence. Do you know? Can you pin that comment for me, please?
Sure.
I feel this is more within your imagination than the actual truth. And I'm sorry if that offends you, but material things don't come into spirit world.
Right.
Because spirit world is the real world where they communicate with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we're talking about crystals, but crystals are a tool, whereas material things, like a curtain, that wouldn't be able to work with us for the simple reason that would suck up all the negative energies because of what it is and the pause that it holds. Does that make sense?
It does. It does.
Because if you think about it, if we've had a negative reading, we only feel better once we've showered and changed our clothes.
Yes.
Because then we've cleared our pause so that we can
Mm-hmm.
then get back to work.
Right. All right. So I want to talk about this one. I told my buddy I was going to light incense in hopes his kid was born on the full moon. Most likely, most children are born on the full moon.
I agree with that.
Guess who went into labor this morning? Good job, Miss Shannon. Good job. Um, but no, most children are born on the full or new moon. There's very few born on the cusp or the uh, cusp of the moons.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's let's bounce into our next section. Is once we get to the full moon, then what? Then we start going through the withdrawal. Of course, the waning Gisbet is time for letting go.
It's not just time for letting go. It's about sorting your roller coaster out of emotions.
Right.
Put in priority what you want to put priority. I always see a new moon. A new moon will always encourage you to cut
Right.
out the negative people in your life rather than the positive. And believe you
Mm-hmm.
me, you will say the truths on a full moon. Don't feel guilty because that's what a new moon is for.
Right. Right. All right. And then we move into, you know, getting rid of the negative thoughts, emotions. This is a great time to clean out your house.
Yes.
Okay. Then
Yes.
we have the last quarter moon. It's a time of self reflection. This marks the time to reflect and letting go. It invites you to release patterns of behavior that no longer serve you. And it's kind of like cleaning up after the project.
And that's the thing. You can't just dump things
Mm-hmm.
emotionally because there's
Right.
always cleaning up to do after. You'll
Right.
always ask yourself, did I do the right thing? Never
Right.
second guess. If
Right.
you've made that decision, you've made that decision for a reason.
Right.
If you and ah over a decision, you're making that decision for the wrong reason.
Right.
And I know
All
that
right.
sounds silly as well.
Nope, it doesn't. All right. And then, we move into the waning crescent moon. This is embracing the new beginnings. And I have a problem with this one, but we'll get to it. As the moon moves into the last quarter, it brings a sense of lightness and liberty. The waning crescent is a sign of the ending of a cycle and starting something new. It's a time for reflection on what has passed, what releases was no longer serving us, embracing the new beginnings, opening up our arms. This phase of the moon invites us to look forward with hope and excitement to the embracing of the transformational powers of the renewal, which is awesome. But there's a phase that a lot of people don't talk about. And it's because of its name. Okay? And its name is the dark of the moon. It seems for me that a lot of practitioners they see the word dark or about some phase and they start running, and it's like, why? This is your time of rest. Take
Yeah.
rest, when we get to this. You'll get sleepy a lot more.
I don't see the dark moon as a bad thing.
I don't either.
Because for me, it don't just represent rest.
Mm-hmm.
It still represents the change of energies.
Yes.
The same as any other moon, no matter what color of the moon or what it represents, embrace it rather than run away.
Well, it's like working, and I don't know, maybe Shannon can chime in here, Brenda too. It seems like anything that has the word dark in it, people run from. Like
Yeah.
working with the dark goddesses, working with the dark of them, working during the dark of the moon, working, all this is like, oh my God, let me clutch my pearls. I can't do that because I got to do love and light all the time.
No.
No.
No. I will never say the word love and light.
I say it when I'm saying goodbye.
Yeah. Yeah. I never ever say it.
Mm-hmm.
Because love is around you no matter what. It don't need to be light.
Right.
As strange as that sounds.
Understandable. People freak out associations with dark and evil, shakes her head. They think scary big bads. Yeah, apparently rest is scary big bads. Now, granted, yes, the dark of the moon is perfect for baneful magic, if the signs are correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you're going to run away from that, this is going to sound really, really bad. If you're going to
Debatable.
run away from that, are you
Mhm.
capable of doing the job? Because
No.
we face dark energies every day.
Right. And, if you're smart about it, you learn to transmute that into something useful.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. But dark is where seeds germinate. Babies are in the dark until birth. Dark is not bad.
And that's why the Greenwich Mean Time moves.
Mm-hmm.
Is so that in the summer, the farmers have longer for growing. And
Mm-hmm.
in the winter, they have shorter for germination.
Right. And it's, and Shannon says it's scarier for corporate capitalism. And it is scary for corporate
Yeah.
capitalism because we rest, we take time to reflect, we look at
Yeah.
what we're doing. But also, and that adjusting of time is just our clocks. It's a stupid thing called time that we created.
Yeah.
If we lived on natural time, I think that the world will be much different. Granted, it's harder to correlate between 5 p.m., 10 p.m. BTST, but it's all that oh my God, it's dark, it's negative. And no, it's not.
No, I agree with Brenda in that comment.
Right. You become inefficient. If you have to have knowledge of both sides, or you only know one side and it's dangerous. Not only that, but if you don't understand the dark energy, if you don't understand the restful energy, if you don't understand that sleepier time, that working within that alternate area, you don't understand the light, the happy. People go, oh, I want to be happy all the time. Well, they would never know happiness because they don't know sadness.
No. The thing is, sadness and happiness run side by side with each other.
They do. It's
Because
like love and hate.
Yeah. You've got to go through the bad times to realize the happy times are there.
Exactly. And
I'm a
sometimes
great
the
believer
saddest
in
times
that.
are the most happiest.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the way when somebody that I read for is in like a black hole. We can tell that from their energies.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest saying is, it's time to pull that ladder down, start climbing up one run at a day to get you out of that black hole.
Right.
Because the black hole, you've hit bottom, now you're coming back up. So you've done the sadness, you're now going to your happy place.
Right. But you have to want to do that.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
it's like everyone makes a big deal in the psychic industry about going through the darkness of your soul. What? Can we just go, what? Like, what
Yes.
level of poppycock is that?
Yeah.
All right. So, you know, and you make a great point here. Plus, you can't understand the contrast of something without knowing what it is.
No, you can't.
Right.
You can't. It's about understanding and balance.
Exactly. And it's about understanding even more connectivity, because one person's dark time is another person's happy time.
Yes.
Let's put this into real life perspective. Your father passes away. One person is like, thank the baby Jesus.
Yeah.
That old codger is gone. He can no longer torture us. It's over with. The other side is going through the darkness of the soul of, oh my God, my father's died. Do they both get the lesson on mortality? They do. But, you know, one is dark, one is light, one is gone to freedom, one isn't.
Yeah. Yeah. But then when you're in that situation, if the person who's passed have been in pain, have been through a lot, then I don't see that. This may sound crazy. I don't see that as a dark hole. I see that as a happy place for the person going to.
Well,
and I think
we
that's
get death
how.
and birth mixed up so badly on this plane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we celebrate birth.
Yeah.
Like it's a joyous time. And we mourn death. Well, most people mourn death. And it's like, okay, let's really get metaphysical and zone the hell out here. We all know this is the living hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. A soul coming down here, yes, it's a challenge and it's nice to champion on a challenger. But someone fucking graduating out of the hell of this is and moving on to the next plane?
Yeah.
I don't understand why we don't celebrate it.
Yeah. If you notice now, I don't know if it's the same over there with you, because I know you do catch up with our, I'm going to say, social news.
Yeah.
Over here now, you'll see a lot of people, they will exclude black from a funeral.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. Funerals over here have become all about colour.
Interesting.
Yeah. Because
except
black
purple.
Purple they use, but not as much as like red, yellow, you know, bright rainbow colours. And that's a big thing over here now.
That's interesting. That's highly interesting.
Yeah.
But no, I figure with British society, they would still be following the norms that only royalty can wear purple at funerals.
Do you know, I don't think that's the case now either. It's really weird. It seems like there's role reversals going on. Whereas at one time in Wales, when somebody passes over in Wales, now this is going to fry your brain. In Wales, when somebody passes over, they close the curtains.
No, it doesn't fry my brain at all.
Hang on, let me finish now, right?
Okay.
And then they will bring the body and the coffin home and place it in the living room. That will stay there for normally, I think it's about 5 to 7 days. Then they'll come and pick the I'm going to say the coffin, because I don't like using the word body, because the process is happening. And then they'll have a service in the house. Then they'll go to a church. And then on to the crematorium.
Oh, okay. So they don't go to the graveyard.
It's very, very rare over here now anybody is actually buried.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it doesn't surprise me at all. It's like other traditions, like covering mirrors and stopping the clocks and not cooking for
Yeah.
3 days. And of course, over here, if your support system is right, you won't have to cook for a month. I promise you.
No.
All right, so we've got some comments. Let's catch up on those, and then I do believe we have to go to break.
We do have to go to break. I've been told.
Yep. So Shannon's mom said, my mom hated black, so we asked everyone to wear burgundy since it was her favorite color.
Yeah.
Those were the wakes here. They used to do that here. They did used to do it here.
See.
All right, so let's go to break, guys, and we'll be right back.
Love diving into metaphysical topics, psychic insights, and lively discussions? Now you can help keep the conversation going. By becoming a Patreon supporter of The Psychic Coffee Shop, you'll gain access to exclusive content, behind-the-scenes insights, and special perks just for our...
All right, let's try this again, shall we?
Love diving into metaphysical topics, psychic insights, and lively discussions? Now you can help keep the conversation going. By becoming a Patreon supporter of The Psychic Coffee Shop, you'll gain access to exclusive content, behind-the-scenes insights, and special perks just for our patrons. Join our community and ensure that your favorite psychic show continues to thrive. Your support helps us bring more enlightening episodes, special guests, and deep dives into the world of the unseen. Become a patron today and enjoy a cup of wisdom with us every week. Click the link to join the baristas and unlock exclusive content. Thank you for your support.
Unlock your full potential with Aeson Knight's life coaching. Are you ready to take control of your life and manifest the future you deserve? Aeson Knight, a seasoned life coach and master psychic, is here to guide you on a transformative journey. Whether you're navigating personal challenges, career transitions, or seeking spiritual growth, Aeson's life coaching services offer tailored guidance to help you achieve your goals. With Aeson by your side, you'll discover the tools to overcome obstacles, embrace your true self, and create a life filled with purpose and fulfillment. His unique blend of spiritual insight and practical coaching empowers you to turn your dreams into reality. Ready to make a change? Book your session today and start your journey to a more empowered, balanced, and joyful life with Aeson Knight. Click the link to schedule your first session and step into your power.
Are you ready for an electrifying podcast experience that keeps you coming back for more? Join Aeson Knight every week as he takes you on a journey through captivating shows, each exploring unique and fascinating topics. And here's the best part. By subscribing, you'll never miss an episode where you can get your burning questions answered live on air, absolutely free. Whether it's relationship advice, career guidance, or mystical insights, Aeson's podcasts have got you covered. When you subscribe, you become part of a vibrant community, engaging directly with Aeson as he shares his wisdom and leaves you feeling empowered and enlightened. Don't miss out. Subscribe now and be part of the conversation. What you'll get by subscribing: Monday 5 p.m. Metaphysics Today, Soulful Conversations with Aeson and Fire Fly, exploring the essence of metaphysics in today's world. Tuesday 8 p.m. The Psychic Coffee Shop, dive into current events with a psychic twist, featuring special guests and thought-provoking discussions. Friday 9 p.m. The Mountain Bears Podcast, lively discussions from a gayish, techie-ish, bearish perspective with Aeson and Joe. Sunday 5 p.m., Psychic That Plans. Get a weekly tarot energy overview and time management tips from Aeson Knight. Click here to subscribe now and never miss an episode. By subscribing, you're not just tuning in, you're joining a community of curious minds and ensuring you're always in the loop with Aeson's insightful and interactive shows. Don't wait. Hit that subscribe button and get ready for an amazing podcast journey.
Ready for an enchanting journey of self-discovery? Join Lord Aeson Knight in our Wicca courses. Unveil the secrets of Wicca. Explore deity relationships, rituals, and more. As a third-degree high priest, Aeson Knight guides you toward empowerment and enlightenment. Enroll today and take your first step into the magical circle. Click the link to begin your journey.
Psychic Saturday. Get 50% off with Aeson Knight every third Saturday of the month. Don't miss out. Book now.
All right, welcome back.
Oh, you look very fetching in your white shirt.
Thank you, darling. Thank you. That one's probably a little older. That used to be my original.
You gigolo.
Oh no, honey. But anyhow. So we were talking, death, and I'm going to say this. I think Americans have divorced death.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, we get literally, and I have seen this occur so many times. The undertaker picks them up, takes them to the funeral home, and within 24 hours, they're either in the ground or in the burner, one of the two.
See, it takes on average, I'd say, about 2 weeks here if there's no backlog. In the winter months, it can take up to 6 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, we're quick, easy, and get them out of there. But yeah, like opening the windows, closing the vitamins. Okay, covering the mirrors, stopping the clocks. Yeah, these are all like Appalachian death behaviors. And then you're like not accepting visitors for a number of weeks, not going to public events for a number of weeks are all part of the grieving phase. This is all technically represented in that Dark of the Moon section that nobody talks about. Now, let's stick this moon into some practical application, shall we?
Come on, then.
All right, so new moon. The new moon is when you do all your planning. What are you going to do for the next 28 days? You're just planning 28 days.
We've actually been on FaceTime tonight and planned when I'm having Parker for the next 28 days.
Awesome. And then, we get to the first quarter. That's when you should be like putting those plans into action. You're doing your thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we get to the full moon. You should be in full frenzy. Everything moving, everything cycling.
Yeah. Even though you're feeling like you're losing the plot because everything on times is moving too quick to cope with.
Well, yes, but at the same time, you should have already had that kind of like figured in there that, this is going to be our hectic time.
Yeah.
Then things start slowing down. And then by the time you get to that last crescent, it's when it's done. You should have accomplished that goal. You should have worked that out, all that fun stuff. And then you take 3 days rest.
But I think the full moon, this one, have thrown a different one at us. Well,
it has.
Because we are quiet across the board. Normally, when it's a full moon, we are busy. But that's what full moons do to us sometimes.
Right.
If they think they are working too much, then they do things to pull us back.
Right. So currently we're in Sagittarius, and the sign on this day at 6 a.m. The moon will transition to a different sign.
I think it's going into Leo.
That. See?
Where's my list?
Today, no.
The full moon.
So we're in Aquarius right now.
And then we move it into Leo.
You can't be moving into Leo. You'd go to Pisces.
Well, on my list, this is just moving into Leo for some reason.
Yeah.
It's just the full moon has different effects on everybody.
It does. And it's also affected by the sign.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the moon's angle is 146 degrees comparative to the sun's 318 degrees, which is about perfect. It's triangling Mars. So your emotions are like trying to get closer to anger. It's sequestering Lilith. So there's a little bit of naughtiness there. It's always pissing off the North Node, your higher good. It's sextiling Cronus, so don't injure yourself. It's opposing Mercury, which is in retrograde. And it's squaring off with Uranus, which is everything computer related. And it's opposing the sun, which is normal. That's why it's going to be full. And then in about 1 minute, The sun will be subsexualizing Neptune, which will be working on your more hidden truths and working out your fascinations there. And by 2 hours out, it'll be messing with Pluto, which is your inner reflection. Whew, that's a busy day.
Yes.
Like,
It's going to be,
never around.
I think the rest of the month is going to be very up and down.
I think the rest of the month is going to be a roller coaster with popcorn. Because I'm back and watching.
Yes.
Yes.
I agree with that fully. I want you all to think about, until next week's show, what's been wobbly moments for you throughout this procession of the energies.
Right.
Because that'll be interesting to know how it affects everybody else.
And it's going to affect everybody differently.
Yes.
Like you blow up electricity. Okay. Me, normally on a full moon, I'm hyper-cyper. Like, I don't care. Give me all the ADHD meds you want. Heck, throw me a horse. This is when Joe says I need a horse tranquilizer. Let me explain. Today, I backed up both my computers, reset one of them from the beginning. Like, we wiped both drives and restarted it. I've gone to the gym. I had a really good workout. And then after this, I'm going to be working on my socials, and I've built a den.
Oh my God, God give us strength. Well, we had a busy day because Fred he is 7 today.
Oh, congratulations. He's the same age as Anna.
There we go. So he had his birthday presents. He don't like cake, so he had a quiche.
Okay.
So that's been busy for us today. Because, of course, they like our babies.
Exactly. And we have to celebrate their birthdays.
Definitely. Because they're special to us.
They are, and I think I'm ending a 7-year cycle in November. So I'm starting to feel that ramp up of new beginnings.
Yeah. Because cycles do, now I don't know if everybody is aware of this, in the spiritual world, new cycles are every 7 years for us as people.
Yes. Right.
Yes.
And you've got the 7-year cycle, you got the 21-year cycle, and you got the 42-year cycle.
Yeah.
And all those are massive changes in your life. I mean, if we look at it when you're 7, you start working into adulthood and start actually having real conversations.
Yeah.
When you're 21, you start drinking and partying. When you're 40, when you're 42, it's kind of like files not found.
Yeah. But do you want to hear an interesting fact as well?
Sure.
Curtis, when he was a baby, I've always had severe asthma and eczema. And they told me if one of them didn't clear up by the age of 7, that he would have both for the rest of his life. The eczema cleared up 4 days before his 7th birthday. Cool. And you've never had it since. So even that works in 7-year cycles as well.
Right. Well, every cell in your body's replaced every 7 years. So you're a new human. So science even backs these ideas.
So that's an interesting.
It is. It is an interesting one. And, paying attention to your moon cycles, paying attention to even the signs in the moon is in. Like an Aries full moon is nothing like a Cancer full moon. That's nothing like an Aquarius full moon.
Yeah.
And that all ties into a lot of behavioral science that they're just now starting to tie together.
Yeah.
It's crazy the effects the full moon has. The amount of people that say, I'm losing the plot, I'm losing control. You're not. You're feeling the effects of the full moon and the new moon. Take a few deep breaths, ground yourself. Because that's the best way of handling things when your emotions are so high, when the moons are all crossing over.
And, and understanding when those changes are occurring. You ever get in that mood where no matter what you do, no matter how much coffee you drink, no matter whatever is going on, you just feel tired and disconnected?
Yeah.
That's called void of the moon. And this is when the moon isn't talking to anybody. It's like, shut up.
Yeah.
I ain't talking to you. I don't want to hear you. And it's because she's leaving one apartment and going to another.
Yeah.
Or one sign and going to another.
She's packed her bags and she's pissed off.
Exactly. She's like, I am done with Aquarius. I'm going to move into Pisces. And she ain't talking to anything. And just like, and that's why, I think if we begin looking at our biorhythms and the rhythms of our life and comparing it to like astrology and the moon and the signs of the moon, you would start seeing a lot of patterns. You'd be like, oh, okay. So on Thursday from 3 to 4 o'clock, the moon is going void, of course. Sounds like a great day to go watch a movie.
I'm not saying nothing.
Oh? Why?
I'm not saying nothing. Because between 3 and 4 every day is like my like my recharge time.
Right. But that's your natural biorhythm.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's look at your cultural biorhythm. What time is tea?
5 o'clock, between 5 and 6.
Okay. So what time would the men come home for that?
I'd say between 5 and 6.
Okay. So here's the other question. Is that the same view as breakfast is? Because the higher the class of you are during Victorian standards, the later your breakfast would be.
Oh, I must be very posh then, because I don't have mine till about 10 o'clock.
You're middle class.
Excuse me, I'm posh.
Haven't you ever read what is it? Oh, give me a minute. English author.
Thanks, Brenda. Yes, I am posh.
Well, you are posh, but you're eating a little early because the poorer classes would eat around 7 to 8. The middle classes would eat 9 to 10. And the higher anarchy, like you got butlers for your butlers, would eat at breakfast at 11.
Oh, see, no, because I do it this way in my mind, right?
All right.
I have my breakfast by 10. No, between 9:45 and 10. Then my lunchtime is about 12:30.
Mm-hmm.
And then my tea time between 5 and 6.
Right.
And then I eat whatever I want after that.
Right. Jane Austen, have you read her books?
No.
Oh, goodness. You should read them. Pride and Prejudice, especially.
See, that's one program I didn't enjoy.
Really?
Yeah, I really didn't enjoy it.
Oh, goodness. But she demonstrates this here because I believe it's one of the ants or whatever eats breakfast, receives news that someone is sick, and walks like, I think it's like 5 miles. And when she gets there, they're just now sitting down to breakfast.
See?
So,
but then I'm going to throw a spanner in the works here.
Mm-hmm.
If people deemed how financially secure they were, what time they ate breakfast, what about the working class people?
Oh, they would eat breakfast at 7. It's from 7 to 9, depending on what level of working class.
Yeah, and I suppose kids going to school would eat that time as well.
Right. Okay, yeah. So afternoon tea is typically served between 3 to 4 p.m. So that makes total sense during that you may be having that leftover from a previous lifetime. and it would usually include finger sandwiches, scones, cakes, pastries, and tea, often served on tiered trays. Some say that good manners at the afternoon tea include placing your napkin on the lap, stirring gently, and not appearing hungry.
Good God, all that fuss just for an afternoon tea.
Yes.
Is there a big thing over with you afternoon tea where you pay to go and have it?
It's just now becoming a thing, and it's more for children.
It's massive over you with adults.
Uh-huh.
Really is.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, by the time you've eaten what they've given you, there's not enough there. One little sandwich, one little cake. I'm like, give me the rest, for Christ's sake.
Well, there's not much to a cucumber sandwich.
No, there's not. And they even cut the crusts off.
Of course, because eating the crust used to be very looked down upon.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's why, you used to have so many dishes that use the crust, because they would still cut the crust off, because naturally baked bread has a nice hard crust on it.
Yeah.
And you don't want to eat that.
That's
that sucker in milk.
That's my favorite bit, with thick butter. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know what they're missing.
But no, that's probably why you get tired between 3 and 4, is because your body is going, hey, give me a cucumber sandwich here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, Brenda knows. Brenda loves going for tea.
At the tea shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll have to try that out.
Over here, afternoon tea is massive.
Mm-hmm.
So get ready for it. It's coming. It won't just be the kids.
Right. And then, of course, high tea is when you're normally eating it, between 5 and 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be able to eat something after afternoon tea that soon.
See, and that's the differences between the classes, and this is what I was talking about. Okay. Was if you are having afternoon tea, you wouldn't have dinner till like 6 or 7, but you would not have high tea.
Right. What time do we say on there for supper?
Actually, I have to change the word, because they don't have supper.
Don't they?
No, they have dinner. And it's at 8 p.m.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. So the upper class typically had a luncheon about midday, and dinner, if not average a favor in the latter, as of later supper, is 8 p.m. or later, while lower classes ate dinner at 11 p.m. and a light supper at 7 p.m.
Isn't that crazy?
Right. That's why I had to change the word, because you have supper.
Yeah.
Okay. His Royal Highness King Charles has dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
See how the other half live. They go for afternoon tea every day.
Well, they go for afternoon tea, but they're not eating breakfast till like 11 o'clock in the day. Then they have afternoon tea around 3 or 4, and then they have dinner at 8. And then they have to go and put on face.
Yeah.
And go to a party, a banquet, go work the PR, or even worse, attend an opera you can't understand and may not like, and get home and get to bed around 3 or 4 in the morning.
And that's why they didn't eat breakfast till so late.
Exactly. They didn't have to rise up in the morning, get the house ready, get the fires built, get the kids also, none of that's done by
No,
the upper class.
no.
There's staff for that.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
We can dream.
Well, that, or we can listen to our biological clocks. It's like me. I don't eat my breakfast till about 3 in the afternoon.
Oh, I couldn't.
I don't have my dinner and my lunch till about 6.
Yeah, but you work nights, don't you? So your body clock is totally different.
Exactly. I'll have my supper around 3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
it's all crazy.
It is. It is.
All crazy.
So what are you working this week, dear?
I'm doing my normal. About 8. I started between 8 and 9 on Life Reader. Work through till midnight. The same on Fortunica. But I will have that afternoon slot off for myself.
Right. You'll be taking your tea time.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. What about you?
I'm on midnight. Oh, I'm living my imperial life.
Oh, God, see.
I'll be starting around 9, 10 o'clock at night, running to about 3, 4 in the morning. I may pop back on, between 5 and 7. There are some available afternoon appointments. And of course, I opened up the rush appointment option. Feel free to take advantage of it if you need it, or if you can't make that within 4-hour period, make sure to use the on-demand services.
Because if you don't use the correct services, we don't know what you need.
Well, no, like I have one option that is my standard appointment. It's 24 hours in advance.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
This is where you can easily plan those, sit down and have an appointment with me. Then I have the new rush services, which are 4 hours in advance. To book it within, 4 hours in advance. That's the earliest you're going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Yes, it costs you more.
But then that's understandable because you'll have to shuffle things around to make that appointment available.
Exactly. And then and if none of those options work for you, there's always the optional of the on-demand services.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely.
I brought on-demand because customers were asking for it. I'm not on-demand, but on rush appointments because they were asking for it. And I'm like, fine, I offer it, but it's going to be more expensive because now I can't plan everything the way I need to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, go for it.
I was going to say, and that's understandable because people need to understand our time is precious as well.
Well, it is, but it's like, okay. And see if this makes sense. Some services takes 20 minutes to load in.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And 20 minutes to load out. So I've got to log out 20 minutes before your appointment. We do your appointments. I log back in and it's going to take me 20 minutes to reload.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So that 15-minute appointment is actually
taking an hour of your time.
An hour. Yeah.
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 Yeah. That makes sense.
Exactly. Okay. So with that, we do want to take a moment to thank our sponsors, our baristas. They are the best. Thank you, Beverly Walker, Mika G, Brenda, Joan Owens, Shannon C, Shannon D, Lady Gwendolyn, Caitlin Bell, Devin, and Margaret Murray. If you guys would like to support the show, please visit us at pcspnetwork.com. And do that from the website, not your Apple phones. Don't do it from the app. You'll see an increase in price if you do it from the app. Thank you, Apple.
Say no more.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. We'll see you next week, and I'll see you at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Bye, y'all.
Bye.